Hey, witches!
Hi, hello. And welcome to the end of the book.
The end of
I
the
just lost my
night in
place. Son of a
the
bitch.
moon.
Listen, there's a lot of things that happened.
There were also, I just have to say before we even dive in, that Brittany's gonna be so excited because she was super pissed about the cliffhanger in the last episode.
There's still a cliffhanger.
There is, but like not as bad. Like,
True.
plus we have the next book, so if we want to, we can do this book next.
Now let's make Brittany wait even longer. Let's start a whole new book.
Well, you can take that up with her.
Bring her in.
I'm
We'll
gonna
fight
send her to
now.
you. She's not even here, I don't think.
Well, then we'll fight later. Anyways.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, what happened last time? I don't even remember. Oh, they went to
Knox.
see the queen.
Yeah, they went to see the queen, and Knox got the captain of the guard, but found out that he was like a sadistic fucking serial killer.
And spent all night torturing him.
Yeah. Yeah, she did. And then it ended with Amaris realizing that the prince is fake and
She's a witch.
yeah, Queen Moire. I fucking hate her name.
Maroy, I thought. Fuck, I don't know. I
um
can't say it right.
yeah, it's a weird name. But the queen is like not
I think it's
affected by her
Maroy.
persuasion.
But the
And
queen realizes she knows that
yeah.
she is faking the prince. So she's like, oh, off with their heads. Here we go.
Yep. And so it ends with her getting knocked out. And
And
then we're
that
on to
is where we
chapter
left off.
42. Yeah.
And it's
Ba,
really
ba,
funny too because,
ba.
yeah, we also like left off Nox because she was like, so what takes us to the arena? And I was like,
Yeah, right. And like
when I was thinking
in
the
my
arena,
head,
I
I'm
was
like,
thinking
oh
like the
shit, we
throne room.
already. I was thinking like the Hunger Games, like
Oh, I was like picturing the Colosseum, like the
yeah,
gladiator Colosseum kind of stuff. And I figured, I was like, you know what? There's probably some fucking monster waiting for them. Like, I just know it.
yeah. Well,
If
not
it wasn't
quite,
like
but
pretty fucking close. But anyways, so chapter 42.
literally the first thing I wrote is this bitch is crazy. Talking about Knox.
Honestly, though.
Like she's like tortured him all night long, and then now she's just waiting. Um,
I'm not gonna lie, I thought what takes us to the arena happened last time.
yeah, nope. I was like, I don't think that happened
It's
yet,
because I
but
kept reading. I kept reading before we record last, so I just was like, oh.
yeah, that didn't happen yet. But it's okay. It happens now. So Knox is sitting here thinking like, I'm getting ready to leave this castle. I'm
I'm
gonna have this
getting
guy
ripped.
escort me out this castle. Oh no. Is that how this is gonna go?
Yeah, I'm tired.
Oh my gosh.
I'm loony today. I'm over
Dude,
it.
there are 16 days of 16 school days of school left. And I am end of the school year teacher tired for sure.
It's a fucking bug on my monitor. Hold on. What the hell is that? It's like a moth, but not a moth. I don't know.
Your facial expression was just great.
South Carolina
And
and these bugs, man, I tell you.
then I wrote they're about to meet because I was just certain. Because servant or whatever is like, "You're urgently needed at the arena," and the captain's like, "Regarding blah 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 blah," and this servant's like, "I can't tell you about it in front of this random, lady."
Woman,
And so
this
they go like in the
attractive goddess.
right, and then after the servant leaves, that's when Nox says, "So, what takes us to your arena?" Which in my head, I was like, "That's Amaris. It's gonna be Amaris." Like, yeah,
Yeah. And honestly, I kind of thought, not lying, I thought when they like was like, we're gonna go to the arena, I thought they were going to the throne room. Because I was like, of course, the captain of the guard would be probably right at her beck and call
right,
during everything. So I just assumed that they would be there. And when I didn't hear or not hear, but when I didn't read anything about like this random woman with captain of the guard, like I didn't see any of that happening. And I was like, where the fuck is she?
right. Like, what is happening?
Yeah. But you know
But
what?
then, oh
I was gonna say Queen Moray is sadistic as fuck. No wonder
yeah, she
Aramis is
is.
the way that he is.
Yeah, yeah, she is. And then we got one of those weird things like this doesn't hasn't happened in like the whole fucking book, but this chapter is about Nox and Amaris.
I like it. I dug
So
it. Do you, real quick, do you think Samael knew about the queen all along?
I don't know because I feel like if he did, then he would have known that the persuasion wouldn't work, right?
Yeah,
I think
but
I feel like maybe he thought something was weird, but I don't think he knew just
I'm
how
just
weird
like,
it is.
he's been around for 500 years. Like, has this bitch been around that long? Like, she's a witch.
Right.
I feel like witches and like fairy tales live long.
That's
And then
true.
he knew so much about a lot of things.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm interested.
Hmm.
I feel like there's a lot more to Samael that we just don't know yet.
He is a very mysterious character.
Yeah.
Hmm. I don't know. And, uh, before I knew that they were gonna like meet together, I was like, "Fuck yeah, Mars is gonna be brought to the arena where Nox is gonna be, and then all hell is gonna break loose, and like some crazy succubus shit's gonna happen, and she's gonna kill everybody." And that's what I thought.
So I thought so when they first start talking, we get to Amaris and like Amaris wakes up and she realizes that she's in a cell by herself and Ash and Malik are in the same cell across the thing. And she's bound differently than they are, and like all these weird things, and they're feeding them, but not her. And I was like, are they gonna give her to Erasmus? Like or Erasmus, whatever the fuck his name is, the captain of the guard, fucking
Aramis.
psycho. Aramis, is that his name?
Honestly, I thought so too. I was like, "Ooh, this just seems
Yeah.
kind of like it was giving me bad vibes, like a BDSM like moment."
Yeah.
And I was like, they're
Yeah.
gonna
I was
torture
like,
her and they're
what
gonna
is
do
gonna
it in
happen
front of
here?
like they're within reach, but not within reach. And so
Ugh.
like there was something weird happening.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
So yeah, I thought the same vibes. I was like, ooh, I don't like it. I don't know what's
Yeah,
happening. I don't like it.
I didn't like it either. Um,
But
but
then
then they start talking about how the queen couldn't be persuaded, and she's filling Ash and Malik in on everything. And then they decide that she's a witch. And then on page 475, it says, where is that? It says, what if they were the two most useless words in the normal tongue or in the common tongue? Because they're like, well, why didn't you tell the guards to stop? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? And she's like, what if I did this? And it's like, then I think it's Malik that's like, stop. Like,
yeah,
we could what if, and then yeah.
like there's
But
a
I
lot
thought
of
that was
what ifs, but
yeah. And then fucking finally on page 478,
Yay!
I literally just wrote fucking finally. Oh my god, hilarious.
Literally, I just put. Yeah, I was like, "Fuck it!" Finally, at the end of chapter 42.
Yes, that's what I did
Oh,
too.
the whole book long. It's been
Are they gonna
teased and
meet? Are they gonna
teased
meet?
right there. Yeah,
Like
it's
she was
like
right
what you
outside
really
the
want.
tavern and she was right inside and
Yeah, it's like all the shit that you wanted. The entire story was
yes.
right there within your grasp, and you can't reach. It's just out of like touch, and all of a
Yes.
sudden, it's finally given to you. You're so excited. Yes. So
Yes.
it was somebody in this Discord thing that I'm a part of. His name's Erebus. I just see his name. Ooh.
Ooh.
Do you
Maybe you
know what
should change
Aramis?
that.
Because I have no idea who that person is. There's like 75 people in this. I don't know everyone. But, anyways, finally, we see Nox because it says a man stepped into view first, a soldier dressed in a golden breastplate adorned by the sigil of the queen. Behind him followed a young bronze woman with supple curves draped in black silk, and then stops. It's chapter
Yes.
43. And it's just
Yeah.
great because I don't think she realized, like, of course, Amaris is so different from the average person. You could tell who that person is, but it's like a bronze, dark haired woman. You might do a few double takes to see who it is, but
Right.
that's more common. Not maybe, I don't know. I don't live there, but it's probably more
Yeah.
common than pale with white hair, unless you a little witch that lives off in the mountains by yourself. But she lost her mind, lost her fucking mind.
They both do. Like they're both like crying and um like uh Nox cuts off her gag and her ropes and all that. And then they're like hugging through the prison bars. Um
I don't, I've never been in a situation where I had to decide between like giving the person that I love like hugs or like setting them free. And retrospectively, I probably would be doing the same thing that she's doing. I would like to say that I'd be like, let's get you out of here.
right.
And I like how she goes to like pickpocket it instead of
Get the key.
like, bro, you got the captain of the guard right behind you. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
he
But doesn't
he
say
belongs
like
to you.
there's no key? I don't know. I feel like that's weird. Like
There
the
is
captain
okay
of the guard
bullshit.
should
How do you
have
get it
fucking key.
open?
Right.
Yeah. How do you get it
Yeah.
open? How do you get them in there? Do you just take her to the arena, open the fucking door, and then shove her in there and shut the door behind her and then just act
Right.
like this door never works? Like,
Right. How'd you
no,
get her
there's a
in
fucking
there?
key.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. No. So I just ugh. Then they're both like having trauma. Like Amaris is like, I'm so sorry, and Knox is like, what the hell? Like
Why are you
I
sorry?
literally wrote, I hope that they're able to talk out their trauma and let go of their guilt. Because I feel like they both are holding on to so much like guilt about the other
Yeah.
one, and it's like, meh, like, eh,
Because Amaris feels like she never went back for her.
yeah.
And then with Millicent, which I hope we never fucking see that bitch again. But with
Oy.
Millicent, and her web of lies,
Yep.
hopefully they can make it through. But then all of a sudden, the fucking side of the cell wall or something opens up, and then Amaris gets dragged away from Nox and the Reavers and everybody, and she's just getting pulled away. And I was like, man, that's fucked up.
I
And
really
then,
like. I wasn't ready.
like,
For
I don't know why I
that.
was expecting like they would actually go to the arena. I was like, oh yeah, they got the captain of the guard with them. Like, she can break them out, and then like they could leave,
Right,
and
that's
no
what I
one
was
will ever
expecting
fucking
too.
know. And
Like
then
the
all
rest
of a
of the book
sudden,
being them breaking out.
yeah, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, fuck you guys, like, because she's going into the arena.
Right, and I was
Like,
just
that
like,
was such a mind trip I wasn't ready for. I'm
I
sitting there
literally wrote,
reading like,
dude,
the
what the
fuck?
fuck? Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? That's so fucked up. That's so fucked up, Queenie. Like, fuck
Yes.
you. And then Amaris is like, just buy time. And it's like, with what? We don't
Right,
even
like
know what's on
what?
the other side of that wall.
Right, it
What do
could
you
be
mean
a
buy
fucking
time?
like what is that thing called? A Besul?
Bazool?
Yeah. It could be like a fucking monster. Like you don't even know what's over there.
Could be the firing squad. Like, what is she gonna do? Dodge the
Right.
arrows? Like, Jesus. Anyways, so Nox is just panicking and then ends chapter 43.
Yeah.
Listen, chapter 44 pissed me off. Like,
I, well, and also
I,
like I don't know. They put her in. She's in the arena now. She's looking around, and there's like all these people, and I'm like, why doesn't she just use her persuasion and be like, "Hey
on the
guys,
people.
right?
You know, okay. I thought so too. However, because I was like, do you think Amaris can convince the crowd? But then I'm sitting there like, well, if it's a witch, then they might be under a spell. If like the
Yeah,
witch herself couldn't be changed, like that's probably goes on to the
true. Like they
townspeople
might all
and
be under a
everything.
spell or something. That
Yeah,
I
because
don't
I mean,
know.
if she couldn't really like do anything in
Right.
terms of sight or anything like that with her companions,
True.
I don't know, but I did say that. However, this entire spiel with like the queen talking down to Amaris and talking to the people and like inciting violence and all that like made me think of a Trump rally. Like,
Oh my god.
100% thought of a Trump rally. I was sitting there
Yeah.
like, God, like I'm in like an arena surrounded by Republicans with Trump at the epicenter of it all. Like that's how I felt the entire
Just
time.
straight up lying and lying and lying.
Yeah, and I'm like, what?
Sorry, those are
Like,
alternate facts. My bad.
yeah. And then just sitting there saying like this is fake news, and I'm like, this bitch is Trump.
Right.
Like this is the personification. This is book Trump. Like, oh my god. That's all I could think of. And then I don't really know what was happening or what was really going on because there was so much shit happening. It was just like there was a lone sword over here. There was this. There was that. The queen's up here egging everything on. And then, like, what happened to the guards? And then all of a sudden, a door opens up and then fucking Dadriel is popping out all fucking hurt. And I'm
Gimpy.
like, oh my God, not Daddy Gad. Like, what's happening? How the
But
fuck
even
did he
before
find?
that, even before that, she's like when the queen's giving her speech, like Amaris is so shocked because the queen is like making it sound like Reeve is behind this. Like all the Reavers are in on this and they're all evil and bad. And Amaris is like, "What? No, not my brothers." Like, what the fuck did you think that she was doing? Like, did you
You
think
came
that
on
she was just gonna
behalf
be
of
like,
Umariv. Like,
right? And that's clearly an opposing force to her So obviously she's gonna like try to take them down.
right? Like
And
if
then
she's inciting violence for a reason, and this person from Reeve like sees that it's fake, she's gonna stop at nothing to turn everybody against them.
exactly. Yeah. I was just
Like
like, what?
like girl, you are naive still, even after all these years. And
Yeah.
there was so much happening. And then she's like just losing their fucking mind. They're like
Well,
everybody in the arena, like the citizens and all that, are like losing their minds at this bloodbath that's going to happen. And I was sitting here like, God, I thought Obeid was like a really nice, cute coastal town, like this really chill place to be and
no, this bitch
the
be crazy.
place to be or whatever. But now it's just like fucked up.
Right?
It's oh, what's a good one? Like Shrek 1,
Oh yeah.
when Shrek goes into the arena at Lord Farquaad's,
Yep.
whatever the fuck it's called.
Duloc, I
Do
think.
Duloc, yeah. I was about to sing the song.
Welcome to Duloc, such a perfect
Perfect.
town.
Do, 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 do. Wipe
Yes.
your face. Yeah, like
Oh
that
my god.
arena symbol, like that one right there. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. But yeah, I kind of at the top of 492 was like getting the feeling that it was gonna be Gadriel or Zakai, like one of them. And then when she said strike your demon down, I was like, yup. And
Yeah,
then there it
I
was.
honestly, I didn't see it coming. I don't know why I didn't see it coming. I was just assumed that they were like hiding in the shadows, like they couldn't be seen kind of thing, and they
Right.
weren't
Or
going to
like
be
the archers
caught.
were gonna take them down or
I honestly thought it was going to be like a firing squad or like a fight against a demon. And when I was thinking demon, I wasn't thinking like the Gibney kind of stuff. I was thinking like a
like a
Bazool or like an
yeah.
actual demon there.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, well, if you're not going to strike this one down, then you either get a bloodbath or you die. Like it's going to be perfect for the crowd. So that's what I was thinking. And also when I saw Gadriel, I was like,
Yeah. So for the rest of the book, I basically compare the ending of this book to like eight other, well, not eight, but like multiple other stories. Like for example, right away on page 493, I am having flashbacks to Cassian when Hyrule like rips him apart and shreds his
oh my
rings.
god, I know.
Yeah.
I was like, oh god, the pain is coming back from the first book. Not the first book, but
Yeah.
the first
The first
series.
series. Yeah. I was like,
I
oh
was like,
my
oh my
God.
god,
And then on
not Cassian.
492 or 494, I was like, you noble idiot. Like, because Gadriel's like, just go ahead and do it. Just kill me. Just get it over with. Like, what? What good is that going to serve, sir? Do you think that they're going to let her walk out of here alive after she kills you? No.
No, she knows the
Like,
secret.
yeah. So it doesn't matter. Yeah. I was like, shut the fuck up.
That's basically what she said. Shut the
Yeah,
fuck up.
basically.
You're getting out of here alive.
Yeah. Then, um, then the queen gets a little more crazy when
She's like going rabid at this point.
honestly, when Amon
I
wouldn't
could see it
kill.
foaming at the mouth, kind of like fucked up.
Yeah,
She's like,
when
yes,
when they
violence.
wouldn't kill the Gadriel, um, she releases the next demon for them to fight, which is the
The
Agdrath.
Agdrath. Which, okay, so it's like a horse body with a snake head and a
I'm
long.
just envisioning like a dragon, basically.
Yeah, you're right.
Basically,
They
that's what
they they call it a dragon multiple times. I don't know
they
why.
do.
When I'm hearing like a snake like head, I I'm thinking of like I'm thinking I can't even describe it. I just see it in my head. Okay, I'm thinking take take like a snake, but like pull back its like entire head to where it's like a bald head kind of. I don't know. I'm thinking like oh fuck, what's his name? Voldemort.
Okay.
like like a
Like
pulled back
stretched out,
face.
like yeah.
Yeah, but like pulled, but like not stretched like you just got Botox, like stretched as it goes back into like a snake head with like a horse body and a long ass tail. That's what I was thinking the entire time. I was like, that's not scary as fuck.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
when it was like describing the teeth, I was like, oh, maybe it is a little bit.
I definitely was just picturing a dragon. But you know,
Oh, I was sleepy when I read this part, so I don't think obviously I wasn't. My brain wasn't working to
I
be thinking
love the
this.
first like 3 paragraphs when they're just like snarky and sarcastic with each other. Like Gadriel's like, any ideas? And she's like, yeah, die. Like, oh, thanks, bitch. And then she pulls out the dagger that he had given to her that was between her boobs. And she pulls it out and hands it to him. And he's like, oh, perfect. I was just thinking, if only I had a throwing knife. And I just love their like sarcastic banter. Even
Yeah.
in the face of like death. They're like sarcastic and
You got to go out somehow.
right. Well, and then on the next page, he's like, what do we do? And she's like, we buy time. And I'm like, even after all this time and all this time apart and like not knowing like where Nox is at or what's happening, she just trusts that Nox will figure it out. Like, what if Nox doesn't figure it out? Like,
What if Nox gets caught because like they saw her in there?
or what if she just doesn't actually care that much? Like, I mean, you've it's been years since you've seen each other. I don't know.
She's a little too hopeful.
Yeah, I don't know that I would have that much trust. Which, like, she does keep fighting. Like, it's not like she just lets or waits for Nox to come save her. But, like, I'm like, I don't know.
That's a lot of trust in someone that you just saw after
Yeah.
like 5 years. But you know what? Love does crazy things, and it's also a fairy tale story. So
Yeah, that's true.
get your realism out of here.
I don't know. Then they keep going back and forth with, like, taking turns distracting the Agdarath and slightly injuring it.
And it's actually not a bad like ploy that they have. Like
No, it's
distract
not.
one, let the other guy attack. That's kind of what Will and I do whenever we game. Like if we're
Yeah.
against a boss or something like that, one of us will distract or like get aggro on, and then the other one will just go in until the aggro gets turned onto the other person, and we'll back up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great strategy. So good
No, it
for them.
definitely is. I just feel like the only thing wrong with their strategy is like it's not sustainable because this thing can like heal itself.
Yeah. And
So
I
like
really want to know if there is a way to kill this thing because I know Odrin just was like, pray to the goddess herself or something like that.
right.
And it's like, okay, but there's got to be a way to kill this thing.
Yeah. I don't know. We don't find out today.
No, we don't.
um because on page 504 the one of the doors opens um like one of the doors to the like cells opens, and out stumbles the captain of the guard, Aramis. Um, and he's basically a distraction, like to help. Yeah, but then he also doesn't he? Yeah, he starts to attempt to amputate the Agdarath's leg, and
The one that's chained.
yeah, the one that's chained. And Amaris is like, "Oh my God, Nox, great idea." And then Agdarath eats the captain real quick, and the captain is gone. Which I was just like, okay, like he deserved much worse than that, but I guess at least he could be useful.
I was sitting here like, damn already? Like I thought he'd be like a pawn in this game for a little bit
Right, that
longer
she was gonna
than
like
what he
use him.
yeah, like than what he truly was, but whatever. I mean, that's not a bad plan either. I mean, that's also pretty smart, kind of like let it loose. I hope it goes after the queen. At this point, I was like, fuck yeah, get the queen. Get the queen.
Right. I I had a feeling I knew where it was going, because I was like, I feel like I've read this story before.
Yeah,
But
doesn't it happen in Prisoner of Azkaban?
it's not Azkaban. It's the last one where they break into Gringotts.
Oh, okay. I was thinking like um fuck, what's that fucking thing's name? Bugsy? Bugsby? It's like they use a time turner to go back and get this
Oh, Buckbeak.
hippogriff. Buckbeak.
Bugsby.
Well,
No,
it was
I
something.
literally on page 509 wrote, "What in the Gringotts is going on here?" Because they cut the
Escaping. That's what
dragon's
they're
leg
fucking
off.
doing.
Yeah, they cut the dragon's leg off, and then they climb on the back of the dragon and
Gotta
fly
do
away.
something.
And I literally wrote, "What in the Gringotts is going on here?" And I really, really, really want to know if that was part of Piper CJ's inspiration. Like, I really, really want to know.
The world
I
may
need
never know.
someone to ask her. I would ask her, but I don't know that we have a large enough following yet to get her attention. But I'm curious, and I would like to know. So somebody
We
ask
reached
her.
out. We just
Yeah.
never got an answer.
Yeah.
Man, it's just kind of fucked up though. Like all shit this dragon's going through, and then all of this extra bullshit it's going through.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it was a little more horrible than Harry Potter. They actually had to cut its leg off to free it in this one. But still.
And you know, I was so pissed off when it flew away. I was like, fuck. There goes Amaris again after they were reunited. They were finally fucking together. And now they're gone. And that's it. That's final.
Not anymore. It was just like one chapter that they were together.
Kind of pissed me off.
And then chapter 47.
So they yeah. So they're free, they're flying away, and Nox is like panicking, like, oh my god, where are they going? And Malik goes, if I were the Agdrath, I'd head for the Soulgrave Mountains. Now, is Soulgrave the area where, not Nox, or maybe Nox, but Amaris is rumored to be from? Because didn't we hear in one of the chapters while she was at the Reeve and they were talking about, like, oh, this place is known for their paleness or their dark-skinned features kind of stuff. Didn't we read about that?
I feel that we did, but I don't
I don't remember if it was Soulgrave or if it was like islands. Yeah. I just don't remember if it was like the mountains or if it was the Isles, because I know the Atoll Isles or Edel Isles or whatever
Right.
were also rumored to be a location that might have been linked to one of the two protagonists. But
But I'm just like, okay, so they're just standing there talking about like where do we think it's going, and I'm just like, do they recognize her? Like, do they realize that she's the one that was at the bar that night or the tavern that night?
same. I'm like, are they ever going to acknowledge any part of this? Are they ever going
Right?
to acknowledge that this could have happened with Ash? Like, at some point, I felt like that was an important thing. I mean, obviously, they're worried about Amaris and like where she's going and like getting out of everything, but like, what the fuck, man? Like, you tried to sleep with this dude to kill him so that you could like get your information, and he's just like, yeah, I know she's trying to kill me. I know. Fuck, I don't. Whatever.
Right?
Partners, great. Fuck buddies,
Um,
not so much. Like, I was
but
getting
then
so mad. I was like, what the fuck?
yes, I was too at first. And then she's like crying or whatever. She's sitting down somewhere crying. And Malik just
They're in the
comes and
forest.
puts his arm around her and is like
And she just lets
letting
it
her
all out.
cry. And I was just like, oh, Malik.
And you know, she deserves this cry because I don't think she's cried
Or
in
truly felt her
years.
emotions. And yeah,
Yeah, because she was always the strong one. She was always the one that was protecting someone else, or
yeah.
I would say the center of
Even when she
attention.
didn't need to be. Like,
Yeah, I felt like she is the one that was the protector, no matter where,
yeah.
and ultimately protecting herself.
Yeah.
So I
But
think
then
she
on the
finally
next page,
truly felt
they
free.
do talk about it because Knox is like, I need to say, or I wanted to say I'm sorry. And Ash is like, for what? And she's like, for trying to kill you. And then they're like, you just saved our fucking lives. Shut the fuck up. And
You've
it
done
was just
more
like,
to
oh,
redeem yourself.
yeah, you've done more than enough to make amends. That's what he says. But it
Yeah,
still kind of made me laugh a little bit. And then
a little
Zakai
bit.
shows up. And
Yay.
why the fuck can Knox hear them or understand them?
Well, she understood them when they were in the.
I know, but why?
Because she's
I
part
don't
demon.
understand. I
I think
know, but I
I
just like. Do you think that's it?
maybe she's part
Because
Fae,
they're not
and
actually demon, but they
no,
are
but
Fae, I guess.
maybe she's part Fae. Like, don't they have dark features? Maybe they're not tan, but don't they have darker features? Nox has darker features.
Yeah,
Maybe they're from the same location. Maybe she's mixed Fae. She's a type of Fae with like a succubus, whatever that is, whether or not that's a demon or if that's a Fae brand or something. I don't know. But maybe it's common tongue and she understands it and she's not, because she's part Fae, she's not affected by the curse. Oh, well, then
could
what
be.
about Ash? Ash is part Fae. Never mind. I don't fucking
Yeah,
know.
I don't understand, but I love that she's talking to him to Zakai, and she's like, "My name is Nox. It's been suggested that I'm part demon. Do you think that's true?" And he shakes his head and says, "No, you are no more demon than I." And she's like, "That's not quite the reassurance you think it is." And I need that scene in the TV show to be left exactly the way it is because I love it.
It's perfect.
And then on the next page, um, they're like, the queen's never gonna, or there's no peace or balance while the queen rules, blah, blah, blah. And Nox is like, great, we kill the queen. When do you like to get started? And I'm just like, oh, okay, Nox. That's it. It's that easy. We'll just kill the queen. No problem. Done. Okay.
Nox is like,
Would you like to go for
so what are we
brunch
gonna kill?
first? Like, what?
See, that bullshit right there that she did is the bullshit I would do. So I'll be sitting there
Right.
and we'll just be like making comments about doing XYZ in a game or something like that. I'm like, all right, let's fucking go. And
Right,
he
let's
goes,
do it.
excuse me, what about this? Whatever. Let's do it.
Let's
Like,
go.
we're playing a game called Path of Exile, and let me tell you, I am coasting through not understanding a damn thing, just kind of knowing the controls and doing my own thing and, like, being powerful as shit. And Will's just like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm over here trying to strategize and try to, like, be one with my character, and you're over here just, oh, this looks great. Clink. 7,000 damage. That's great. And I'm like, you jelly? And he goes, yeah, fucking kind of. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm
Yeah,
Nox right here. That's what I do.
yeah.
That's the
Yeah, let's do
bullshit I
it.
pull. All right, let's
Just
go. What a plan? Fuck, I don't know what plan. We're just going. We're just doing this.
that is definitely not your Slytherin energy. That's your Aquarius energy. You're just like, let's go.
Shut the fuck up.
You mad?
Just a little. God damn it.
And I literally feel like
Hey,
that's what I would say in that situation. I'd be like, oh, okay, let's just go kill her. Like, I feel like that's exactly how I would respond. Like,
and I'd be
let's
like, bro, you think
fucking
I'm fucking lying? Let's go.
right. Like, how? With what? When? How are we gonna get there? Like,
We're gonna
I got
find out when we
questions.
get there. And that's your Ravenclaw energy showing, and I don't like it. I need the hard headedness of the Taurus here. That's what I'm saying.
Oh no, that is my hard headedness. I'm not going until I have a fucking plan.
All right, well, that's mixed. I don't like the mixed. I need the chaoticness of my Aquarius energy.
I don't have that. That's not a part of me.
Listen, so Will and I were talking, and I was like, well, what if I were to get pregnant now? Like, and we were thinking about like when it would be born, and I was like, well, I guess it wouldn't be so bad. I mean, it would be a Capricorn. It wouldn't be so bad, I guess. And then I'm sitting here and I was like, man, the longer it's taking to get pregnant, it's about to be an Aquarius. And I was like, we about to have a chaotic baby. I just fucking know it. He's like, but I want little baby yous running around. And I was like,
Do
you about to
you?
get more than just little baby me's. You about to get little baby Aquarius's me's. And that's me, me, me.
Yeah, do you? Are you sure?
Like sometimes he'll sit there and be like, man, you give me cancer. And then we have a friend that we game with, and he's like, yeah, I'm living with a constant migraine. And I was like, yeah, Will does too. And Will's like, the fuck? And I was like, yeah, me.
Oh my god. So speaking of migraines, funny segue here. I have a student that all the time he'll be like, I kind of have a headache. And I'm like, okay, well, like, do you want to lay down? Do you want to get a drink of
Same.
water? Do you need to go to the nurse? And then a little bit later, he'll go, I have a migraine. I still have that migraine. And I'm like, you realize that migraine and headache are not the same thing, right? Like, you don't have a migraine. Shut the fuck up. And then I had to double check. I was like, wait, does your kid have migraines? No, he doesn't. He doesn't. It's not a thing.
Oh,
So
okay then.
he just was trying to sound smart by using that word, and he thought that it was the same thing. And I was like, that word doesn't mean what you think it means.
I appreciate the idea and the
Yeah.
attempt, but that is wrong.
Yeah.
Anyways.
This is the same kid that said Japan and China were the same thing. So, you know.
Mm.
Yeah. Anyway, epilogue.
Listen. I just want to know how we're going to kill the queen. That's all I care about right now. Like, I don't give
Right?
a fuck about anything else. Like, when she said, great, we'll kill the queen. When would you like to get started? And I'm like, yeah, kill the queen.
Yeah,
As
do
I say that
it.
with a devilish grin. Yeah.
Right?
And then it goes to the epilogue where it has nothing to do with anything. And I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Right? Like, what the fuck is this? Like,
What's
I don't.
happening here with the queen? Like, fuck, fuck Amaris for right now. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, sorry, Daddy Gad, but like, you'll come back in eventually. I really just want to know how we're gonna do this.
Also, speaking of that, though, Gabriel's like, the next time that we start to descend, we're just gonna jump. They are over like the fucking forest. The fuck I am gonna jump. Like, I will take my chances when this motherfucker lands and you're all injured. I'll just trip you and run. Like, I am not the fuck I'm gonna jump. Your wings are broken, motherfucker. What are we gonna we're gonna die. No.
She's a Gryffindor. She's got to save him.
Ugh.
So
No.
let it be. Let
No.
them tumble and die at their own way. She
Ugh.
straight up was like, well, I guess if I'm going to die, I'm going to blame him for it.
Mm-mm.
But here's the
Nope.
this is the one thing I'm not understanding. They've been flying for over 8 hours. How the fuck are they not in Soulgrave yet? Like, if you look at the map, they're damn near the university by the end of the epilogue, and I'm like, you flew from Obey to the university in 8 hours?
Oh, that's not very far.
Yeah. It's like by horseback, not even running, like trotting horseback from Reef to Obeid, it's a 3-day trip or a week trip or something like that. Or is it a 2-week trip? I don't remember.
Well, yeah, because I guess that's way up there.
Oh, Farley, though. I think that was a 2-week trip, which is why they were like, oh yeah, let's not leave yet. She just left. She's not going to be back that long or that quick.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
I think it was a 2-week trip. Never mind, not 3 days. I think it's 3 days to the temple from Farley or something like that. Fuck, I don't know. I don't remember. There's a lot. All right, scratch what I said. I guess it makes sense now.
Oh
Whatever.
my gosh, just so much. And then, so Gadriel's not waking up, right? Like,
Yeah, they crashed to the ground.
Gadriel's like super, super hurt. He's not waking up. And then she hears voices. And she says, hello? Okay, first one to die in a horror movie. What the fuck? Like, you're in this like unknown territory. You don't know where you are. You just fell off a fucking dragon. You're here with what looks like a demon to everybody else. You hear voices and you go, hello? Hello? What the fuck? Like, I cannot. I can't.
She explained it though. She was like a pathetic hello.
I know, and she was like, if I'm gonna die here. But still, like,
I'm gonna do it quick. I ain't gonna wait.
I guess. What the fuck?
Hello? It was pathetic, Brandy. It wasn't a hello.
The second one wasn't as politic.
Politic.
Pathetic. Fuck off, Emily.
You're getting so riled up. It's easy. Anyways.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, these children
They
appear
remind
young.
me of the children of the blessed when they're like, a dragon. Like,
oh, we went in to see the dragon feast.
what the fuck?
And they're just sitting there with an Agibni, like, what the fuck? Like, we're about to
Cool.
die.
It's fine.
And she's like, wait here. And that she did. So she waits there all fucking night, lips turning blue, about to be unconscious from the cold. And I'm sitting here like, wait here, bitch. Like, you're about to die overnight, but I'll be back with a carriage for you. It's fine. And then they just like trotted them up into a horse-drawn like cart.
Yeah.
And then they walked into the university and scene.
Yeah. That is
That's where it ends. Or does it? No, I'm just kidding. That's where it ends.
That is the end of The Night and Its Moon.
Yay!
So they saw each other for all of like 5 fucking minutes. Through the bars. And now they're separated again.
Shit stresses me out.
And not only are they separated again, but like without plans of attempting to reunite. Like I know it's probably in the back of their minds that eventually they're going to reunite, but like right now, all Amaris is worried about is saving Gadriel, and she's at the fucking university and like half dead of hypothermia herself. And Nox, Ash, and Malik are like, let's kill the queen. Like,
Off with the head.
What the fuck? Is the whole next book gonna be them trying to get reunited again?
Yeah, I was gonna read the like the little preview and the sneak peek of the next book, but then I was like, is this a sneak peek of like what will happen later on in the book, or is this a sneak peek of like the first chapter? Because
right, I did not read it because I was like, if I read it, I'm gonna give spoilers and people are gonna be pissed at me. So I did not.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't think it. I started to read, and I was like, this is not how we ended, so I'm not going to continue to read this. I mean, I'm going to continue to read the book. I'm not going to continue to read the
little
sneak
blurb.
Peek.
Yeah, the sneak peek at the back of the book. But we both have our copies of, is it The Sun and Its Shade?
Yeah.
So
I had the book. Do you have the book?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. We both have our copies of The Sun and Its Shade. So
what we're struggling with, though, is if we should continue on with that or
cut back to
Court of Silver Flames. Because that's
so
like a whole new
opinion.
Let us know, because we fucking don't know. The people around me would be like, go to Court of Silver Flames. And then other people would be like Night and Its Moon. But it's pretty like...
Yeah. So my only thing with the Court of Silver Flames is she continuing to write? Because if she is, it would be nice to wait and like do it when her next book comes out. But I will say the pre-orders for the Gloom and Its Dawn or whatever, the third book in the Night and Its Moon series, the pre-orders are already available. So I don't know when that's supposed to come out, but...
Well, we also have the second book to the Christmas Witch, Lost in Time.
Oh yeah, I pre-ordered that already too. What the fuck are your neighbors doing?
The fuck? We get yelled at when our dogs bark.
I say, I have never heard that before.
That exact person will do that at like 3 a.m.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. And I know it's a he because he tried to run me off the road when I was driving to work one morning.
Oh, no, sir.
Because I wasn't going fast enough for him because there was a fucking school bus in front of me. So he like was riding my ass all the way to like, and there's a lot of like stop signs and speed bumps in like my little neighborhood before you get to like the main road. And I just like turned off a road away from like the bus, but there's still kids around me. So I'm like being cautious, obviously. And it's 10 miles an hour down this road. So I'm going over the bumps because the bumps are so fucking like high that even my SUV like can bottom out. And this dude's like low to the ground. And I'm like, wouldn't be surprised if you get stuck teeter-tottering on that thing. You're so fucking low. And he's revving up his engine. It's like 7:30 in the morning. I'm like, are you okay? Like, bro, what is your problem? You're in the exact same fucking car at 3 a.m. consistently. Like
a tiny penis.
Like
that might even be too much. Like
he probably has a big dick, but he's got small dick energy.
Yeah.
Which means that he probably thinks he's like the most powerful person in the world.
Anyway.
And he needs to back up a little bit. But anyways, he like got really, really pissed off. And I was at a stoplight with like 4 other cars in front of us. And he tried to go around me, but he couldn't because there was like 4 more cars in front of us. And he got pissed off and he got stuck on the side of the road.
Oh my God.
And then there was a car coming and he was stuck and he couldn't back up, but he also couldn't like go forward because there's a car stopping right there, and I was like, "You're not going to come back over." And you could just see all the cars like get as close to each other as possible to not let him through. And I was like, "Such a fucking dick, cunt."
Oh my god, I love that.
You fucker, I hate him so much. He's just a fucking douche.
He sounds like it.
And his car is ugly as fuck. Like, if you're going to sound like that, act like that, get a nice car. Don't get a stupid ass low ride car with LED lights on it.
It
with
always
no
is.
muffler, with, like, I can't even hear your fucking music. All I hear is bass. I don't want to hear ba, 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 but, like, that sounds like a fucking alarm. If I want to hear bass, I'm going to have a nice little beat going with it, too. And I'm not going to fucking, like, blare out my eardrums yet. Oh, God. Anyways. Fucking pisses me off.
I hear that.
Anyways.
All right.
Hello to that fucker. Piece of shit. And if you ever come across this,
he is our audience.
But if he ever comes across this, fuck you. I hope next time I blow cinnamon into my house, it wafts over to your face and you get it and you ingest it and you go,
that would be a problem for me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Don't breathe in, breathe out.
Anyway, that was the finale of The Night and Its Moon. I think Emily has a coming soon post scheduled for all of our social media accounts. Well, some of our social. Do you? She's looking at me like she doesn't know what I'm talking about.
I think I already posted it. That's why I'm confused.
Well, then it's already posted. I don't think I saw it, but
no, I posted it because I looked right at it and I was like, "Fuck, there's a typo in it."
Of course,
it's fan-casted instead of fan casts. It's fan-casted.
Well, you know, close enough.
Oh well, whatever. Anyways,
so there's that. We're gonna be doing what the?
We were also invited to do blog posts.
Oh yeah,
for another podcast. We're going to be doing witchy blog posts for them. We're still in the works with it, but we at least have one confirmed.
Yes.
So we'll post
and
that
then
when
ideally,
it gets posted.
That will culminate in a joint episode with
Mystery of Life podcast.
Yes.
They're based out of UK. But it's like one skeptic and one scientific based person, or not scientific based one, sorry, one paranormal type person and then one skeptic, and then they talk about like mysteries of life, UFOs, ghosts, ghouls, goblins, whatever happened to this person, demons. Yeah, and they don't know a lot about witchcraft, so through reaching out with each other, here we are.
Yeah, we are. Yay!
So we'll post links to that when it comes. But
so you have Folklore, The Night and Its Moon fan cast, and the Science of Witchcraft to look forward to this month.
Yay!
Yay!
What a good start to the summer.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. Anyways. Until next time.
Bye.